It's time now for the Peter Chill 11 a.m. news report for this Wednesday morning, May 20th, 2015. Good morning and afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, and your top news headlines at 11 a.m. here. Top story is U.S. intelligence officials on Wednesday released the 12 documents recovered during the 2011 raid on Osama bin Laden's compound, offering a rare window into the operation of Al-Qaeda and bin Laden's involvement in leading the network. Cleanup of a 21,000-gallon oil spill off the Santa Barbara coast began at sunrise on Wednesday, the U.S. Coast Guard said, with crews flying overhead to assess the damage. ISIS built on Wednesday storm and captured roughly a third of the central Syrian city that's just minutes from the ancient ruins of Palmyra, according to the London-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. And in another entry to the Wall Street School and Rep Sheet, 5 banks have agreed to pay more than $5 billion and plead guilty to multiple crimes relating to the manipulating in foreign currencies and interest rates, federal and state authorities announced. Bill Murray said his goodbye to David Letterman in the sweetest way possible by jumping out of a cake, as the actor was Dave's first guest back in 1982 when he hosted NBC's Late Night, and he was the first guest again in 1992 when he became host of the Late Show on CBS. In Seoul, South Korea. North Korea said on Wednesday that it had already built nuclear weapons small enough to be carried by missiles, even as a senior American general questioned the country's recent claim that it had successfully tested. In Baghdad, as Islamic State militants reported attacked Ramadi this year, police solicited cash from local families and businessmen to buy weapons, one officer recalled. Jerusalem, responding to intense criticism, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel on Wednesday abruptly shelved the contentious pilot project introduced the week that prohibited Palestinians returning to the West Bank from Ramadan on the same. Austin, Texas, the shopping center in the central Texas city of Waco, shut after a weekend brawl between rival motorcycle gangs that left 9 people dead, will reopen on Wednesday, police said. Target Corporation on Wednesday reported a better-than-expected 52% increase in profit in its first quarter as that stores attracted more shoppers who spent more on average. U.S. stocks fell in early trading on Wednesday as investors waited for the release of minutes from last month's Federal Reserve meeting for clues on what interest rates would be increased. Alright, take a look at the Dow Jones. 18,323.10, up 10.71. S&P 500, 2127.61, down 22 cents. And Nasdaq 5,069.04, down 99 cents. In San Juan, Puerto Rico, nearly 3,500 passengers and crew were allowed to disembark Wednesday in Bermuda after their cruise ship became grounded on a reef close to the British island as it tried to depart for Boston. In Tokyo just 2 weeks ago, the Japanese auto supplier Takata suggested the worst was over as it continued to resist acknowledging any defects with its airbags. Millions of years ago, the common ancestors of all living snakes-long creature with tiny hardened limbs as well as ankles and toes could be found slipping over the depths of forest in search of soft body prey, a new study finds. About a third of U.S. adults have collected risk factors increase the risk of heart disease and strokes, according to new research. Peter Chill News on 11:03, time now for sports. Tonight, the Boston Red Sox will be taking on the Texas Rangers in a second of a 3-game series at Fenway Park. The Norton Lancers baseball team will be taking on the Medfield Warriors here at non-high school game time, 3:45 p.m. Does the NFL have integrity? A state commissioner will soon hear the appeal of a state champion after the league get the New England Patriots with a lifetime achievement award for cheating over a random rule none of us ever knew was a rule. Oakland, California. Houston Rockets center Dwight Howard has bruised lefty at his crucial return to Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. And Don Sweeney, who played 16 seasons on the NHL, has been named the new general manager of the Boston Bruins on Wednesday. Peter Chill News on 11:04 here on this Wednesday morning, going to the Wednesday afternoon, and take a look at the traffic situation here. 128 on the southbound, on the northbound side in Needham, slow from Great Plain Avenue to before Highland Street in Needham, so expect some delays here. Southeast Expressway on the northbound side, it's slow from Quincy all the way out to Dorchester. Southeast Expressway on the southbound side, slow from Mass Ave to Dorchester here. 128 on the southbound, on the northbound side in Needham, slow from Great Plain Avenue to before Highland Street in Needham, so expect some delays here. Southeast Expressway on the northbound side, it's slow from Quincy all the way out to Dorchester here. 128 on the southbound, on the northbound side in Needham, slow from Mass Ave to Dorchester here. 93 on the southbound side. It is slow from Medford all the way out to the Zakin Bridge in Boston here. Mass back in the eastbound side. A little slow for the Newton corner here. And then you hit brakes again from Brighton to the Alston Brighton. Tolls doing an accident on Mass Pike in Brighton, so expect some delays around that area here. 495 on the northbound side here. We have an accident here from one. We have some road work on 495 on the northbound side between 133 and 93, so expect it to be slow in that area. From 133 in Tewksbury to 93 and Andover here. And up in Manchester, New Hampshire here, 293 in the Everett back at the step outside. So from Kelly Street all the way out to Route 3A and Route 3. So expect a few delays there. Up in Manchester, New Hampshire here. And 290 on the eastbound side. So before Route 495 in Marlborough here. And take a look at the MBTA alerts here on this Wednesday morning going to Wednesday afternoon here. Several on SL4 experiencing minor delays due to traffic here. Commuter Rail is looking good and the ferries are smooth sailing here. Peter Chill Newsom, 1106 here, and then it is 10.5 for weather report here. And special weather statement elevated fire weather whisker across Massachusetts today. A dry air mass will overspread the region today along with gusty northwest winds of 15 and 25 miles an hour. This will result in minimum relative humidity between 30 and 35% across Massachusetts despite yesterday's showers. Gusty northwest winds will today combine with a very dry air mass will rapidly dry out any residual top layer ground moisture. As such, local fire weather officials have advised of an elevated fire spread potential due to the dry and windy conditions forecast today. Alright, 7-day forecast will go like this here. For today, most of the skies are about 69 degrees. Northwest will about 10 to 13 miles an hour here. Tonight, most of the skies lower at 41 degrees. Northwest will about 6 miles an hour becoming the company D here. Thursday, most of the skies are about 70 degrees. Southwest will about 3 to 7 miles an hour here. Thursday, a slight chance of showers up to midnight. Most skies are low about 44 degrees. Southwest about 3 to 6 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Friday, slight chance of showers up to 10 a.m. Part the skies about 72 degrees. West will about 3 to 7 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation 20%. Friday, most of the skies are about 38 degrees. For Saturday, most of the skies about 66 to about 44 degrees. For Sunday, most of the Saturday podcast skies about 37 to about 54 degrees. Memorial Day, Monday, parts of most skies about 75 to about 57 degrees. And for Tuesday, a chance of showers, most skies about 78 degrees. And chance of precipitation 30%. North temperature standing at 65 degrees with first skies. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 11 a.m. news report on this Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, May 20th, 2015. Peers, you have a good afternoon with a good positive attitude here.